It's Awesome Sauce Thursday. Hi, everybody. My name is Lauren, otherwise known as Mrs. Tomato Head. And last week I had off because we went away for those of you overseas, you may have heard that the United States celebrated our 250th anniversary. So it was a special 4th of July. And as we always do, we spend the 4th of July at my parents' house with my sister and her family. And pretty much the whole family was there except for my daughter Riley, who's away on a gig on the Disney Fantasy at the moment. But we were all there and it was wonderful. And I hate skipping shows. I love, love, love our Thursdays together. But I had to do it. So it's been 2 weeks. So I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'm like jonesing to talk tomatoes. I have done my garden tours though. I did one yesterday and I did do one last week also. Big change for those of you that watched my garden tour yesterday. You know that I've had some things going on, which I'll get to in a minute. It's been a challenging season for many, not just me. I've actually been pretty lucky, and I'll share with you in a couple of minutes. I have a slideshow to show you what's been going on. But for so many of you, um, some really devastating things have happened, whether it's weather or 2 days ago, I know of a member who had to pull out everything because of herbicide drift, um, some major diseases. So I've gotten off lucky, but I've still had my own challenges. So if you caught my garden tour yesterday, you know. But for those of you that didn't, I will share with you in a minute. But I've missed you all. So much to talk about other than tomatoes. Today, the show, normally the first Thursday of the month, is sponsored by our friends Tim and Dara Lynn at Inspired Garden Life. And since I didn't have a show last week, they are sponsoring today. And what they do on the first Thursday of the month for us is give away 5 free t-shirts. And every show you see me, I'm wearing one of their t-shirts. I'll show you mine in a minute. And 3 gift cards. Today is special. Today they wanted to honor a very good, I think customer's the wrong word to use because I think I know they would love her despite her being a good customer, but she's always showing pictures of hers wearing the shirts with a big old smile on her face no matter what happens. She's a big proponent of what they do, as am I. They're wonderful people. For those of you that don't know Inspired Garden Life, they are a t-shirt company, but so much more. Let me get you the link. They're inspiredgardenlife.com, and they give us 20% off. Did I even say who the customer was? Oh my gosh. All that buildup, I didn't even say who it was. It's Frances Lamont. I'm sorry, Frances. So today is the Frances in July giveaway. Sorry. Way to build it up and then not say who it is. Frances Lamont, who's a wonderful human being, and she's just fun. And I know I love seeing her posts, and I'm sure most of you do too if you know who she is, if you're on Facebook. They make these wonderful t-shirts. We became friends a few years ago. They make these wonderful tomato shirts. They had this new series out. This one's for the 250th anniversary of the United States, but really just a patriotic shirt, red, ripe, and true. 250 years of homegrown heirlooms. I love it, love it, love it. They keep coming out with more and more shirts. So in honor of Frances in July, they are not giving away gift cards today, but they're giving away 10, not 2, just 10. That would be 20. 10 free t-shirts. It's unbelievable. Thank you, Tim and Darylyn, if you're watching. We also have some great prizes, seed prizes from Olivia Lai, Kim Wallace, and I'm talking about the 3 varieties she's giving away. I won't say what they are because I'm going to showcase them in a little bit. And Linda Wicker Downing. So thank you all so much for your generosity. How do you win these prizes if you've never watched before? All you have to do is type in #tomato in the comments. You only need to do it once. And at the end of the show, I do the drawings. It's as simple as that. So 10 free t-shirts. They are so generous, as are our members. People come to me every week. I've never once had to ask a member if they could please give a prize. People come to me, which is the way we like it in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, which, by the way, haven't mentioned yet. If you're not a member, I am founder and admin of Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap on Facebook. We are a completely 100,000% drama-free group. There's other groups that say they're drama-free, and perhaps they're not, but ours is. We stay clear away from drama because we believe that tomatoes should be fun. Fun, respectful, honoring correct information. It's not just a free-for-all. We take that part seriously, but it's fun. It is supposed to be fun. I'll show you in a minute again the slideshow of what I've been dealing with in my garden. And I have to remind myself, if I'm not having fun, then I'm not in it for the right reasons. I've been growing with my husband, Rob, for 32 years now. We skipped a couple years, I think, when I was super sick. And maybe one or two when the kids were babies. But in general, it's been every year for 32 years. So we've been around the block a long time. We've grown a lot of tomatoes. And so we welcome into our community, whether you're a beginner or you've been growing a long time like me. We have something for everybody. We have resource sheets for different breeders and different types of tomatoes like micro dwarfs, the Dwarf Tomato Project. You can find all of that stuff in our guides. And it's just the most generous and kind group. It's a sanctuary, which is what I hope this show is for those of you who watch every week. I will get to your comments in a minute. We are what's the word? It's like a town hall. It's interactive. It's an interactive broadcast. So I try to get as many of your comments on the screen as I can while I'm talking tomatoes. And I do eventually talk tomatoes. It just takes me a while to get going in the beginning because I like to say hi to all of you. If it's your first time watching, please let us know. Let us know where you're watching from, how long you've been growing. We welcome all of our new viewers to the Tomato Head Club. So please join us on Facebook if you're not already a member. Couple things coming up. Oh, this is important. So normally, Jen and I have our Tomato Talk live on the first Friday of the month. Last Friday was the 4th of July. It was 4th of July weekend, so we couldn't do it. I was away. And Jen has a commitment tomorrow. So we are skipping July. So keep that in mind, but we will be back for August. I think it's August, I don't know, whatever the first Friday in August is. Let us take a look. August 7th should be our first one. Talking to a few people, possible guests, possibly some old guests coming back that you guys might be interested in. So we will keep you posted, but there will be no Tomato Talk Live this month. Wah, wah. Jen and I love getting together. What else? We have a couple events coming up. On the West Coast, we have our West Coast Tomato Lovers Collective Tomato Tasting and Seed Swap. Malachite Jen or Jennifer Fox and Jamie Hill are spearheading that in Lodi, California. That is August 9th, 2026. Is that what I just said Tomato Talk Live was? No, that isn't. Same weekend. So if you are anywhere near Lodi, California, even if you're not near there, make some travel plans. They're setting up a beautiful day. It's going to be a tomato tasting and a seed swap. So you can bring your tomatoes if you have them, seeds, prepackaged seeds that you can swap with one another. And this is their first time doing it. And I'm so grateful. I know Kina, Jen, and I, the three of us, are very grateful. On the East Coast, we have our second annual tomato tasting and seed swap, and that is going to be Friday, August 28th. So hopefully you guys can make one or the other. Need somebody kind of mid United States, and then outside of the United States. We need people all over the world to do little satellite tomato tastings and seed swaps. That will be from 12 to 6, Friday, August 28th. So make your plans, make your travel plans. We had a great time last year. We moved it a month earlier this year because last year was the end of September and everybody's tomatoes kind of petered out. My tomatoes just don't taste the same anymore at the end of the season, and I think that's true for so many. So hopefully you guys can make that. I guess that's it. That's it for announcements. Let's see who we've got here. We have 68 live viewers. If you're just joining us, welcome. Make sure you type in #tomato. Inspire Garden Life is giving away 10 free t-shirts in honor of their friend Frances Lamont, great supporter, great person, an inspiring gardener. I'm proud to be her friend. So 10 free t-shirts. And then we have seed prizes from Olivia Lai, 2 from Kim Wallace, and 3 from Linda Wicker Downing. So lots of prizes to give away. All right, get to some comments. I already saw when I logged in a few hours ago, Sherman was #1 again. He's got to get that in early. Hey, Sherman. Not sure if you're still here or not, but thank you for tuning in. And Teresa was #2. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for watching. Susan's here. Hey, Susan. And we've got Will. And we've got Sake Demeta PR. Hello. It's a little bit of a pain, your profile names. I don't always... Sometimes I know who you are on Facebook if you're in Tomato Lovers Collective. Sometimes I don't because the names are different. So forgive me if I just have to read your profile name. Mayor from Afar is here. Hello. And Catherine, hello. Thanks for tuning in. We love you too, says Teresa. Thank you. Happy to be back. I missed you guys last week. And here's the girl of the hour, actually 2 hours, Frances Lamont. Hello, tomato friends, taking a break from work for important talk. This is important talk. And this show is in honor of you, the Frances in July giveaway. Did you ever think you'd hear that, Frances? Well deserved, I must say, well deserved. Tim and Darylyn felt strongly about that and said, is that a good idea? And I'm like, it's a fabulous idea. So very well deserved. Hi, blah, blah. Thanks for tuning in. How is everybody's gardens doing? Feel free to put it in the comments. Hi, Linda. Thanks for donating seeds today and for being here. And Mariah's here. Hi, Mariah. And we've got Janet and Angela. Hi, Awesome Sauce family. Hello. Hey, Rowena. Hope you're feeling good. Happy Awesome Sauce Day. I'm talking about a couple of the varieties that you just sent me today. I think 2 of them. So thank you for that. Denise, hi everyone. Just got home from the hospital and need to take it easy. There's no other place to be than here with you guys and our favorite tomato lady. Thank you. I hope you're well, Denise. Please feel better. Hope everything's okay. We've got Claudia here. Hello. Thanks for watching. Hi, Rebecca. Love your kitty cat in the photo. Got a little bit of a kitty cat story myself. Those of you who watched my garden tour yesterday know all about it. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for tuning in. And we've got Greg. And we've got Harley. Harley's here. Oops. Sorry, Heidi. Harley's next. Hi, Heidi. And hi, Harley. Hi, Linda. Thanks for watching. And we've got Melissa and Leslie and loving Mr. Ranch Boar Goats. I'm not sure if you're saying hi to Melissa or if you're saying you are Melissa. So I'm just going to say loving Mr. Ranch boar goats. Hi, Dancing Vita. Thanks for watching. And Tara Dove's here. Yay, it's Tomato Thursday. Hi, everyone. Get your notebook because it's coming. Good point. Good reminder. If it's your first time watching, grab a notebook and a pen because chances are I've got 14, I think, varieties to talk about today. And chances are you're going to find one or two that you would like to try to find yourself. In Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, we have Seed Seeking Saturday, and you can put up to 5 varieties every single week that you're looking for. It slows down. All of our games kind of slow down in the summer. Everybody's kind of busy gardening. So after the summer is over, the season's over, everything ramps up again. I noticed the stamp game was a little slow today, and Seed Seeking Saturday, same thing. I know I haven't been giving seeds out at all because I still owe so many people seeds from games and things like that. But it will pick up, and people are incredibly generous. So find, we also have a most wanted post. You can have one most wanted at a time. So we have all of that. So grab your notebook. Hi, Iris. Thanks for being here. And who else we have? We have Anne and Lexi Girl. Hi, Lexi Girl. Ran is here. We have 85 live viewers. Even my show slows down a little during the summer. I've been getting, like, in the wintertime, around 150 live viewers, give or take, which is amazing when you think of it. It's like it's a Thursday. Here it's in the middle of the day. I know those of you in Europe, it's late at night. But I still get the views later, but for live, it slows down, and then in the winter, it picks up again. But that's all right. Everybody wants to be in the garden. Linda says, haven't been in my garden with the tomatoes as much as I'd like lately. I had a sick baby boy, and it's been unbearably hot. I'm sorry. I hope your baby boy is feeling better, if not feeling better soon. It has been unbearably hot. Let me tell you, I'll get back to comments in a minute. I want to show you a little of what we've been dealing with. So I've shared this before. We've had a bit of a groundhog problem this year. I've noticed it like almost since the beginning of the season. He was eating my bean plants. He was eating my cucumber plants. He was eating my borage. Left the tomatoes alone until he didn't. And then I saw this. I shared this in the group. This is one of my creations, works in progress. It's a dwarf Greenman ripe striped blunt heart tomato called Cha-Ching. And I had some low-hanging fruit, some really big ones. And the little bugger decided to eat them. That's when all bets were off. All right, eat the beans, do whatever. So that's when we decided to set a humane trap, and then we got him, and we thought everything was all better, and yet it wasn't. Oh, that's the front. He got like 3 nice sized blunt hearts, and they're so big on these short plants. So I'm super excited about this creation of mine. It's in the F3 currently. There are more coming, so it's not the end of the world, but they were like the first 3. Jen had tasted one and said it was phenomenal. She's ahead of me. So I'm like super anxious. Plus I need to save as many seeds as possible. Now they're trash. So we thought we got rid of the problem, and then I saw a second one, and I saw more damage. And then we got him and thought the problem was over. And then just as we're getting ready to leave, like the last day before we leave, I see another one, a smaller one. And I'm like, oh no, we can't leave like this. I can't leave and be away for like 4 days and not be a nervous wreck about my plants. Now I know, and I remind myself this quite often and have the last week or so, it's only tomatoes. This is not a life or death situation. Is it disappointing? Yes, but it's only tomatoes, right? And so we set the humane trap up again, hoping to catch them before we left. We waited as long as we could. The little guy wasn't going in there. So what we did was we set it up, and then we had a blink camera from inside angled down at the trap. And it was going to be incredibly hot. It had been over 100 degrees for like 3 days here where I am in New Jersey. And so we said if we catch something, Rob would drive home. It's like an hour, 45 minutes. He would, from my parents, he would drive home and, you know, let the guy go. We didn't want him to die in the cage, right? But then apparently we had a big storm on Friday night. What slide is next? Let me show you. All right. So we had a big storm on Friday night and the power went out. Luckily, ours only went out for like 6 hours. People in our township are still getting power back. And we lost internet, so we couldn't see the camera. The camera was offline. Got the camera back. Obviously, the storm had tripped the trap, so there was nothing in the trap, but it was closed, so there's no chance of getting it. But what I did see was this, and I will expand. Those of you that watched the garden tour yesterday saw. These are eaten down to the nub. Now, I will tell you, most, except for one, most of those are duplicates. That's what I do with my grow bags by the deck. I put in like extra plants, any of things that are important I'd like to have an extra of. So is it the end of the world? No, it's not. One of those in there had already started coming back from the first groundhog who chewed it down to the nub. So I don't know. Some of them I may wait around and wait for it to recover. They will recover. Some of them I don't think there'll be time at this point. So anyway, on the camera, I'm seeing this and I'm like, oh no, what else do I have to go home to? No, caught groundhog, and he's on the loose. You can see, look at this. Right in half. Right in half. So we get home, and of course I run right to the grow bags where I knew the damage was to assess the damage, and it really was kind of just that side. But it was a lot. I showed you guys yesterday. It's probably about 20 plants. So it's heartbreaking. Don't get me wrong. It's heartbreaking. And I know most of you can relate with pests in one way, shape, or form. It was heartbreaking. What I wasn't bargaining for when I turned around was a tree in the middle of our yard fell on top of our bed number 3, I call it bed number 3, which has a lot of important stuff in it. The stuff I got out of the USDA National Grin that's extinct that I want to bring back, important things that people have sent me. But let me tell you, let me expand the picture just so you can see it. It did not crush a darn thing. Can you believe that? Every single plant is perfectly fine. But then the question is, like, what are we going to do? Tree guys are very busy right now because there's a lot of trees down in my township. So Rob and I spent many hours taking down the branches that could possibly fall and then end that bed. And we did that. This is what it looks like right now. So it's honestly like a free shade cloth. See that? And so we got really lucky when it comes to that. We did have another tree down on the other side with our in-ground bed. And it just missed a really important tomato by inches, but it didn't get it. So we've been super lucky. We have a tree guy coming who's supposed to come today and take the rest of the tree down. Assures me he can take the rest of the tree down without harming the beds. But that was a really close call. But when I turned around and saw it, after assessing the damage over here, I'm like, Oh my God, you've got to be kidding. So that is my story. But like I said, I know so many people are going through much harder things with their plants right now. I lost about 20 plants. Most were either regrows, like Red House freestanding, duplicates, or things that I don't care. I don't know if they're just I'm bummed about all of them, don't get me wrong. I wanted duplicates of certain things because I wanted extra seeds from them, but is it the end of the world? It's not. So that's it for the outside stuff. Then we've got the inside stuff, which is my adorable little kitty cats. They are now large enough where they jump from the floor to the counter. This, for those of you that have been in the group for a while and followed me for a while, this is just one counter of what my counter normally looks like every season. That's the same counter I just showed you. I've got that counter, one little beneath it, it's covered with tomatoes. And so right now I don't have that because it's still too early. I've got a couple things rolling in. I'm actually going to taste 2 things. So I'm finding them up there, swatting things down, playing with it on the floor. I don't know what to do. I found this sticky, like I'm watching these YouTube videos from cat experts. Her saying there's like this double-sided sticky tacky thing, and once they go on there, they don't like it. I installed it. They don't care. They do not care. They're over here sleeping like angels. They like to be by me. They are trouble, but adorable trouble. So for now, I just put a humidity dome over it, but I'm finding them jumping up there looking at the humidity dome. It's just a matter of time. So if anybody has any suggestions, I know Heidi gave me one yesterday and I need to follow. She sent me a private message. Thank you, Heidi. I was also told these are good. I don't know if anybody has experience with these. See, Rory the Wonder Cat did not jump on counters. She was just kind of a lazy cat. She didn't do, so this is all new to me. This is like an automatic pet spray deterrent. They say not to spray your cat directly because then they'll attribute it to you and they won't trust you as much. So this is like motion activated. It will spray some kind of a harmless spray thing. Has anybody used these? If anybody has tips, because just saying no and putting them on the counter doesn't, or putting them on the floor rather, does not work. Yes, we have lots of high things they can climb on. Like the YouTube videos I'm seeing are saying like, don't reward them. Well, of course I'm not going to reward them. Don't feed them on the counter. Well, of course I'm not going to feed them on the counter. But I need to protect my tomatoes, so I'm looking for suggestions. And if anybody has used these, let me know. Heidi Jory suggested some kind of an apple spray. I was busy yesterday. I didn't get a chance to look into it. So I will look into that too. But yeah, so I've got outdoor pests, indoor pests, Mother Nature, and it's just another growing season, right? It totally could be worse. For those of you joining, hi there. We have 95 live viewers. Welcome. I will talk about tomatoes very soon. Make sure you type in hashtag tomato. Inspired Garden Life is, oh, I forgot they have slides. I've got to show you. Inspired Garden Life is giving away 10 free t-shirts today. And we've got prizes from Kim Wallace, Olivia Lai, and Linda Wicker Downing. Let me show you the cute slides they offered for this very special Francis in July. Look at this. Francis, look, did you know this? Look at you. There you are. Here's Frances right in the middle wearing her red, ripe, and true. Actually, the same shirt I'm wearing right now. 250 years of homegrown tomatoes. And here it says Frances July giveaway. Frances is a very big supporter of Inspired Garden Life, and they love her, and they wanted to do something special to honor her today. I think we all love Frances. I know I love Frances. And then here are Tim and Darylyn in their cute little stuffed animal doll outfits wearing Inspired Garden Life shirts. And they're giving away 10 free t-shirts. If you've never ordered their shirts, they're wonderful quality. They do not pay me to say this stuff, by the way. They're very nice quality. They wash up great. Those of you who watch the show, have watched me for a while, you probably own at least one shirt by now. They have a forever coupon code for our viewers and members of Tomato Lovers Collective, TLC20, Tomato Lovers Collective 20, which gives you 20% off of everything that's Inspired Garden Life. I can't believe I forgot to show the slides. Look how cute Frances is. Adorable. She makes me happy. All right. Let's get to some more comments before we talk about tomatoes. Sherva's here. Hey, Sherva. And Nicole. If anybody needs special vibes for a particular variety, shout it out on here. We'll send you positive vibes. Hi, Tiffany. On the way home from a doctor appointment for the toddler, so I'll have to jump back on later to catch up on tomatoes. I'm talking about some great ones today. Really excited. They always come to me so organically. And I'll explain to you, like the ones Kim's giving away today. She shared with me this morning, and I'm like, oh, these are great. I'm going to talk about them on the show. Hi, Naray. Thanks for tuning in. Capricorn Creek. Hi, I'm new here. Hey, thanks for watching. In a weird climate for tomatoes, very cool summers. Where do you live? Let us know. We are global. We span the entire world. So we've got a lot of people in weird climates. Here in New Jersey, we've got a great climate for growing tomatoes. I'm very fortunate. But that's not the case for everybody. So let us know where you're from. And thanks for watching. Hope you have fun. Kim, hi. Hey, Lauren and friends, happy Thursday. Tuning in with a new tomato head today. Congratulations, Kim. If you guys haven't heard, she had her little girl, was it last week? I think it was last week. She's got the most beautiful family. She's got 2 little boys already. Thanks for watching, Kim. I hope that you're getting a little bit of sleep and you're snuggling that beautiful little girl. She's absolutely gorgeous. New tomato head. I have something I need to send you. I got it a while ago. Hey, Akelia. I had fun going out in the garden discovering which varieties have fruit. Oh, Akelia's been so busy lately. So the one good thing about that is you get to go out and you're not like willing everything to ripen. We go away, as I mentioned, every 4th of July, and I usually come back to like gasp, like, oh my gosh, disease has set in, like the leaf spot diseases start in July. Everything gets humid and we've had some rain. Not usually a tree being down and not usually extensive groundhog damage, but I do get to also see, I haven't been staring at stuff for 4 days, so I do get to see that most things do have fruit. I have a couple things that don't. I know I heard from Jen Fox today. I said this in my garden tour yesterday. Is anybody growing silvery bred by Lee Goodwin of J&L Seeds? This is year 2 of me trying to grow it. It's a great big plant. It's got a couple flowers, and it did last year too, but not a single fruit. So, but it's got some nice big flowers. Jen says she actually has 1 fruit, so I'm very excited about that for her. Hi, Samantha. Thanks for tuning in. And Lisa's here. So if anybody else is growing it and you're having good luck, or if you're having the same issue as me, let me know. Iris, hi, Lauren. I watched your garden tour this morning before I started my work day. I can relate. We had a groundhog on the loose when we were in Florida for a week in May. Ugh, they do a lot of damage in a week. That is for sure. Lexi girl, happy to be here today. One of my most exciting tomatoes is a 33-year-old seed that germinated. That was my grandpa's from his family's farm. He passed this year. Today is his 2nd heavenly birthday. Well, happy heavenly birthday to your grandpa. That sounds like a very special seed. I don't know if you're in our group or not, but please join us at Tomato Lovers Collective. We would love to follow along on your progress with that tomato. Does it have a name? Have you named it? Would love to know. Those are my favorite types of tomatoes, the ones with stories like that. Um, and I think I can speak for probably most of the tomato heads out there that they love those as well. Melissa says, I love my shirt. Want 500 more? I know. Hey, Christy. Thanks for tuning in. And Kim is here. Hello. I love that shirt. I love this shirt too. I didn't have it in time for the 4th, but that's okay. You can celebrate the 4th of July all year round. I'm going to skip ahead just because I'm really, really behind and I haven't talked tomatoes yet. Thanks for the kind words, friends. You deserve it. Hi, Crafty T333 Terry. Nice to see you. Hey, Jess. Thanks for being here. I can attest to the fact that it is a fantastic group and everyone is so kind and generous. We are a super generous group. Yep, it is. Jennifer Barnes says, yes, Sanctuary is an excellent description of this group for me. Life can get pretty heavy and I love coming here for a break. I'm so glad to hear that. Me too. We take it really seriously. Hang on. Mandy, I'm in agony, got a broken foot and broken all my ribs on my left side, finding gardening so difficult. But I have a few fruits forming. Hubby can't help it all either, but excited that I'm getting fruits. Oh, Mandy. Gosh, that sounds painful. Sending you healing wishes, and hopefully you get some tomatoes to help offset that pain, my friend. I'm late. What did I miss? Well, you didn't miss a tomato, that's for sure. But type in hashtag tomato, my friend. Trying to skip ahead here. Hey, Green Apples. That's okay being late. Obviously, I haven't talked about a tomato yet. Hi, Yvette and Crystal. I was looking for you live on the Facebook page. Thought I'd check here and found you. Am I not on the Facebook page? It says I am. It's not in the group. Facebook groups no longer allow you to stream directly into the group. They stopped that maybe 2 years ago. It's a real pain. But it is on my public page, which is Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. Speaking of which, for those of you that are new, we've had a lot of new members lately. I'm on Instagram. I haven't posted a review in a long time, but you can find me Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. I do these long, detailed reviews. There will be new ones coming soon. I haven't even finished last year or the year before. In fact, there's one I'm talking about today that I grew last year that I haven't put up there. So go on over. I'll be starting again soon. It's just been a little hectic. All right, I'm going to skip ahead, gang. Just want to make sure. Heidi, I just brought in my first blushing tomatoes, Reinhard Krept and Missouri. Yay! I don't have blushing Missouri yet, but I did pick a blushing Reka yesterday or today. I forget. I love the fact that you humane trapped them and that you set up the blink so he wouldn't suffer and perish. No, we're not those kind of people. Thank you. Thank you. Broke my heart to watch your garden tour yesterday. Thank you. I know it's devastating, but like I said, most of them are duplicates. The ones that really hurt were the chunks out of my cha-ching, but again, there's more fruits coming, and I've given seeds to a few trusted friends who are also growing it. There's one El Salvador that Angwe ES gave me that that's the only one that was not a duplicate. That was the only one. I'm going to wait to see if it grows back in time. I think it might. We'll see. There are worse things in the world. You know, I'm here with all of you fine people, and I still will have more tomatoes than I could ever think to eat or can, you know, and I'll be giving things away. The tree did not crush my bed, which is a miracle. So yeah, it was disappointing, but I know so many of you out there are having much worse. So, anybody, I'm looking to see if anybody has cat tips. They do, Francis. I bet tomatoes make great cat ball toys. They do. And peppers too. There are a lot of Heidis in this group. It's weird. Some are spelled with an E at the end, some are spelled with an I. When my cat tries to get on the counter, I just start cleaning with a lemon-scented cleaner, which makes him leave. Now just the presence of the bottle of cleaner makes him leave. Okay. I'm really curious to see how this thing works. They had good reviews on Amazon. Hey, Angwei, speak of the devil. Glad to see you here, my friend. I thought it was just me. This season is so weird and wonky. Feels super late, but more like too many ups and downs with the weather temps. Yeah, the weather's another thing. So many of you are getting cold, and then many of us had like super hot, which also is not good for tomatoes. It's been a crazy year. Bitter apple. So what is it? You get like a oil. What's the word I'm looking for? Essential oil of bitter apple. I bet they still like it. I'm telling you, these guys are lunatics, but adorable lunatics. I've read that cats don't like citrus. Try some orange peels, lemon peels as a deterrent. Okay. Oh, I did hear this too, Naray. Thank you. Aluminum foil on the counter is helpful for some cats. Saying no won't work for cats. That's what I heard. I watched this guy. Anybody know of Jackson Galaxy? He's like this big cat guy on YouTube. I used to use a really small squirt gun that I could conceal in my hand and had a long range. It worked miracles. The cat was extra smart but never caught on. It is kittens for you. Maybe try the tape, but in a wider strip. The strip is like this big. And Rob and I keep forgetting it's there. So he's putting down like mail on there, and the mail's getting stuck, and it's a hot mess. Okay. Citrus. I'm seeing more citrus. Okay. All right, let's start talking tomatoes, and then I'll get to some more comments. Thank you all for your suggestions. Don't forget, for those of you watching, we have 106 people watching. For those of you watching on Instagram, you can see me, but I can't see you, which means that all the great prizes we're giving away today, my platform won't be able to pick you up. So if you would like to participate in the chat, and if you'd like to be eligible to win one of 10 free t-shirts of your choice, it doesn't have to be this one. And they have more than tomato shirts. They've got a whole Tomato Lovers Collective selection. I don't even know how many tomato t-shirts they have now. But gardening, birding, foraging, like they've really expanded. Their designs are wonderful. So they're giving away 10 in honor of our friend Francis Lamont today. So anyway, if you're watching on Instagram, the giveaway tool won't pick you up. So you can bebop over onto my YouTube channel, which is Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. Hang on. Have you tried just using a regular plant sprayer with water? See, Jackson Galaxy says it's not a good idea for you to spray them because they associate you with the sprayer and then they don't trust you. So that's why I got this motion. Like this will squirt them. We'll see. I have a feeling they won't even care about that. All right, Capricorn Creek says never caught on that it was me. I was also very sneaky, so you wouldn't see me pointing at him. You can try covering the table with aluminum foil. Cats don't like to walk on it. That I may try. I may try that. All right, thanks everybody for your suggestions. I'm going to go on. Let's talk about some tomatoes. Where are we? Oh, I've got a couple to taste. It's still early days. I don't have any big ones to taste yet. First one I'm going to taste is what? Let's see. I've got two. I was telling Rob last night, like, how many humidity domes will cover the entire counter, that counter, and the other counter. We do have a game room that we never use with a big pool table in it. We could put the tomatoes on there because we have pocket doors that close it, but I really don't want to. And then part of me is like, when the counter's full, there's no place for them to jump to, so maybe they won't, but I don't want to take that chance. Little stinkers. Counter will be like that soon. Okay, Payette is the first one. This is a dwarf plant. Grows in clusters. It wasn't a cluster, but somebody was swatting it around. It's no longer on the cluster. This one I talked about in my grow list video. I did like a 4-part series of everything I'm growing this year. This is a commercial variety introduced in 1962 in the United States. It's got Stokesdale, Sioux, Bison, and Bounty in the cross. It's curly top resistant dwarf variety. So it sounded cool to me. It's not very well known. It's out of the University of Idaho, so I thought I would give it a try. Plant is probably only 3 feet tall at this point. It does say firm, dense flesh with pungent flavor. Pungent isn't normally something I read and say, ooh, must grow. But I thought it was a unique variety that I wanted to try. Oops, this just fell off too. So let's give it a try. These are not quite saladette size, sort of large cherries in sort of a heart shape. Little splitting on there. Let's see which one's more red. We'll do this one. I was kind of growing it thinking it's more of like a novelty variety. What else do they say about it? Good early production. Yeah, production on it's really good. Let's take a look at the inside. And if any of you have grown I was just going to say, Kelly's grown Payette. Have lots of flowers and 1 baby tomato. That's awesome. I didn't think anybody else would be growing this one for some reason. That's very cool. I'm glad to hear you're growing it too. Let's see. I don't want to spoil it for you. Inside looks very nice. Not too many seeds. Pretty color, kind of a coral color. We'll give it a whirl on the refractometer. I'm going into this one with very low expectations, but we shall see. Brix is a 3.8. Not super sweet. Let's take a taste. Pungent is the right word. Yeah. Very tomatoey, very flavorful. Pungent is the right word. Not at all spitter pungent. Skin's a little chewy, but good. Yeah, it makes me want to pucker a little bit, but not in a bad way. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. But it's certainly not a spitter, and it's not a bad tomato. I'll have to taste it with Rob. I would guess this might be a 6 or a 7. Maybe a 6, but, it's still early days. And then the second one, have to taste. Seeds were given to me. So last year, I grew a variety called Missouri, which I know many of you are growing this year. Loved it, loved it, loved it. It's a Japanese variety. And the Japanese varieties kind of exploded. Julia Tomatenwelt in Germany is selling a whole bunch of Japanese varieties, most of them being F2s, so they're grow outs of hybrids. But Missouri is not one of them. But there are some Japanese varieties that you can get easily over here in the United States. One of them is called umamen. But there's a cherry version, and I'm growing umamen, haven't tasted it yet. There's a cherry version of umamen called umamini, which you cannot get in the United States, not easily anyway. My friend Claudia sent me seeds for these. And these were all on this little branch until these two had a field day with it, but I have not tasted it yet. I gave my nephew a plant He's kind of new. He's newly married, bought a house. They've got a dog, kind of new to gardening. Maybe his third year I've given him plants. And he told me the bricks was a 10. And wasn't thinking clearly, and I still have to write him back. So if he told me the bricks is a 10, that means he bought a refractometer, which I find super adorable. Okay. So on this Uma Mini, Sutton's in the UK says it delivers eye-catching pink red cherry tomatoes, celebrated for their rich, savory umami flavor. And gourmet aroma, exceptional addition to the tomato spectrum, both visually and taste-wise. Strong, intense aroma, reminiscent of the characteristic umami taste. So let us see. Lots and lots of fruits on this plant. Ooh, love the green seeds and goo. Kind of lame taste tests in these early days. Believe me, by next week, I'll be tasting a lot more. Let's do the bricks test on Uma Mini. Sometimes the first fruits are a little funky too, so I kind of take them with a grain of salt. This says 6.3. We'll try another one. Yeah, not super sweet. Definitely more savory. Tangy. I wonder how close it is to the umami as far as flavor. In a cherry, I kind of want something sweeter. Let me test this one, see if it's any sweeter. Again, it's early days, so I take these results with a grain of salt. 6.2 on that one too. Little crunchy. They're good. Again, not great. But early days. So these are not my official reviews. I'll do official reviews when more are coming in. Both were good. Payette, definitely pungent, but not in a bad way at all. And Uma Mini, I guess like with a cherry, I'd like something a little bit sweeter. But we'll see how they go as the season goes on. Anybody growing Uma Mini? I don't have one of their shirts, hoping to win one. You should. Longway says, yeah, the first wave can be a bit weak sauce, but we're all psyched to see your taste test. Thanks, Longway. I can't wait to do them. You lost me at pucker and pungent. Not necessarily. Have you ever had Jaune Flemme? That one is an early one. I talk about it all the time. That is pucker and pungent and delicious. I love it. This was not quite that, not even remotely that, but good. Good. It's definitely not a bad tomato. It's just kind of like, it's okay. I was thinking of you with Payette, thinking it would be something that you would use for your breeding stuff with all the great genetics in it. I don't know if I sent you seeds for it or not. Yes, Payette is an Idaho tomato, my home state, adding to my in search of list. Yeah. All right, let's go on. Let's talk about some new tomatoes, or new to the show. We're now in like the 900 varieties. If you don't know, I keep a Google Doc. There should be a link in the show notes of this and the YouTube, like in the description under the show. There should be, if you scroll down, there should be a Google Doc link. And it's all the varieties I've ever talked about and the show I mention it on. It includes links, not to the show, but just informational links. I haven't put links for all of them up yet, but I think we just hit around 900. So in 2.5 years, I think I've done this particular show. That's a lot of tomatoes. And some I've talked about multiple times for various reasons. All right, this one I was supposed to talk about 2 weeks ago and somehow missed making the slide and all that. This one's called June Pink. Has anybody grown June pink? I love the shape of the Uma Mini too. Super cute. The plant is swimming in them. Hopefully the Uma Mini will taste better as the season goes. I really loved Umamen. I can't wait to taste Umamen too. They're growing right next to each other. Yes, I'm so excited to see these taste tests. Yes, I hated that one. You hated Jaune Flemme? Wow. That's all right. We all have different tastes, right? Hey, Lisa, nice to see you. And Mary's here. Hey, Mary, nice to see you, my friend. June pink. I got these seeds from Sandhill Preservation Center. It's a mid-season indeterminate 6 to 8 ounce pink fruit. They said it was recommended by a customer, and we are very happy to add it. This one would be a cinch to win with when exhibiting at fairs. Tatiana says it's a very old heirloom tomato from the 1900s. It's a pink version of Johnson & Stokes' Earliana. Indeterminate regular leaf, very good yield of pink beefsteak fruits, 5 to 13 ounces, very good flavor. And look what I found. This is the Molly seed book for 1921. This is where it's first mentioned. 1921, and here it is, June pink. Let me see if I can get rid of this thingy. It says the earliest of all bright pinks, a pink Earliana. June pink ripens in 85 days, as early as Earliana. In markets where pink varieties are preferred, it is a great seller. The vine is compact and branches freely, with handsome, good-sized, deep pink fruit hanging in clusters of 6 to 8 fruits. Popular market variety, excellent for shipping, and equally desirable for home use. Each packet is 10 cents. Cool, right? I love finding stuff like that. And I think Tatiana's tomato base guided me to be able to find that. Has anybody grown June pink? If you've ever grown any of the varieties I talk about, we would love to hear from you. Good, bad, ugly. It's really helpful. And just because I don't like something doesn't mean you won't. And just because I like something doesn't mean you will. But it is helpful. And you start to realize that you start to find people and gravitate towards people who you think have the same palate as you. Nice, I'm growing June's early. Need to add this one for next year. Oh, it's perfect for you, June, for sure. I have seeds for June pink from Appalachian Seeds, but haven't grown it yet. Yeah, I think I may add it for next year. I'm growing a ton of pinks this year. Ton of pinks. Pink potato leaf, pink regular leaf, a lot that I got from Sandhill Preservation Center, some Bill Minky, just some old-time pinks, German pinks, American pinks. I'm into the pinks. My a couple of you have told me that you've tasted the Habaneas. I know I sent out, this is a Spanish pink that I loved last year. Somebody sent me a picture of a great big old fruit the other day. I've got 2 big fruits on my plant right now, and the plant's still pretty small, so I'm looking forward to that one. It was a really, really great one last year. And Hazel Creek, of course. Hazel Creek getting the potato leaf pink one, which is what Mike Williams says is the correct one. Sublime. Absolutely sublime. I'm growing 2 plants of that this year, and they have a lot of fruits on them already. Pinks are a good thing for me, for my palate. All right, this next one I had never heard of. Extra Eros Zlatovlaska. A couple weeks ago, we went down to Bethany Beach, Delaware, where my brother and sister-in-law live, Rob's brother and wife, and we're close with them. They're like part of our gang. And Liz, his wife, was turning 60, so we had like our gang, our whole friend gang got together. We went down there, spend the weekend, and we were on the beach. And what beach reading does Lauren bring to the beach? A book called Heirloom, Notes from an Accidental Tomato Farmer by Tim Stark. It's a really good book if you haven't read it. It's about how he starts with growing up on a farm, and then he eventually starts selling tomatoes at the Union Square Green Market. But he mentioned this tomato. He started mentioning some of these tomatoes he was selling, and of course, most of them were things I had heard of. And then there was this thrown in there, and I'm like, stop the presses, put down the book. What is this Extra Eros Zlatovlaska? So I looked into it, and I've actually started seeds for it. It is a determinate 70 days, 3 to 4 ounce plum shaped fruit, orangish red color, semi meaty, good producer. Sandhill Preservation Center sells it. They say it's early, semi meaty orange red fruits. Since I've lost some plants to the groundhogs, I've decided to start some determinates, some early determinates. These are plants that normally ripen, their fruit normally ripens all around the same time. It's not like one day and they're done. It's around the same time. They usually are compact and don't get very big. And with the amount of grow days I still have in my growing season, I should have plenty of time. Val Smith had posted something in the group a couple of weeks ago about determinate varieties. And I was already growing a few of them. Payette was one, obviously, and a couple from Old South Seeds. And so it kind of inspired me. I'm going to try some. I don't necessarily need 2, 3 extra plants. And then the groundhogs made that decision for me on some of them. But so yeah, there's going to be another one I'm talking about in this where I started seeds for it also. Extra Eros Zlatovlaska. Has anybody grown this before? Don't know if you answered my question from earlier. Any info of the tomatoes varieties Italo and Hoy? I don't know offhand. I have a spreadsheet, but you can ask me offline and I will check into it for you. You know it, Angwei? Apparently it translates to Extra Eros Goldilocks. The name roughly translates to something like Extra Eros Goldilocks. There's also a famous Czech fairy tale in 1973 film called Zlatovlaska, so the name has strong Czech cultural roots. They believe it's almost certainly from Czechoslovakia. The Eros portion may be related to the well-known Czech paste tomato Eros, bred by Milan Sadamka in 1976. But they believe it to be different varieties. Yeah, anybody grown it? I am now. I've got 2 seedlings I'm fostering now. Looks great and like could be good for sauce, especially being determinate. Yeah, we'll let you know. We'll let you know. It is very pretty. It's funny, you think relaxing on the beach, most people have like a nice, I don't know, novel or something like that. No, it's a book about tomatoes, and then in the middle of it, I've got to stop everything to research this tomato and get my hands on seeds, which I did. So I will keep you guys posted on it. It does look like it'll be a tasty little morsel of goodness, Goldilocks. Okay, this next one is funny because I was going to talk about it, and then I didn't realize I grew it. In fact, I grew it last year, and I totally forgot. Deaton's dwarf. Jen had given me a plant in Carlisle, but I've never talked about it before. This was bred by Patrina Nusky Small and stabilized by many members of the Dwarf Tomato Project. Shouldn't be just the United States, actually. She's from Australia, so forgive me on the false information on that. We said 48 inches tall, rugose, regular leaf. Moderate production, very beautiful and sweet, but nothing super special. So we gave it a 7 out of 10. Victory Seed says Deaton's dwarf has rugose regular leaf plants that grow to about 36 inches tall, produces good amounts of medium-sized 3 to 8 ounces juicy round fruit that are chocolate colored. The flavor is mild and well balanced with both sweet and tart elements. It's part of the Sneaky family. And it was released by Victory in 2022. So I love the color and all that. I guess it just didn't knock our socks off. Yeah, I thought of that too. It totally looks, extra Eros Zlatovlaska looks like little duckling, kind of mini dwarf, right? It does look just like that. Hi everyone, happy Thursday. Hope all the groundhogs have found new homes. Well, the 3 from our yard are, see, I hesitate to say anything because it's actually not legal to, now I've decided it's not legal to relocate them in my state. Isn't that ridiculous? But they are at a nature preserve by my house and living life, and they're reunited, and it feels so good, and they are hopefully done. Hopefully there's no more little friends. My colleague heckles me about reading books about tomatoes. I tell him, just keep reading your boring history books. Yeah, I like nonfiction anyway, but this is a particularly fun book. It's a good beach read. I would recommend it. For those of you just joining in, today we've got some great prizes from Kim Wallace, Linda Wicker Downing, and Olivia Lai, and the folks, Tim and Darylyn of Inspired Garden Life, are giving away 10 free t-shirts inspired by Frances Lamont. It is the Frances July giveaway in honor of her support of them and her good spirit, which is what they embody with their company. Nope, wrong slideshow. Here they are. So make sure you type in #tomato in the comments. Where's my little slideshow from them? Is this it? Yeah, here they are. There's Frances right in the middle, fitting right in. Red, ripe, and true, 250 years of homegrown tomatoes. They have a lot of patriotic tomato shirts. They have a lot of everything tomato shirts. Oh, look at that one. One salt shaker away from happy. See, I keep seeing these things. I've got to like look away. Warm from the vine. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Love their t-shirts. I agree, Sandy. Here, if you find a baby squirrel and take it to a rehab, if it survives, you have to go get it and release it back into the area you found it. Really? My husband shakes his head every time I start talking about tomatoes. I've told him I'm probably going to need more room in the garden for them. Yeah. It starts off small. And then the invention of these fabric grow bags enable you to stick them wherever. I think I've reached my limit with what like the amounts that I can grow and still remain sane. I think what we have, the 6 beds, the in-ground bed and the grow bags, and I'm not even doing as many grow bags this year. And that's not even counting the micros. I think it still makes me have a season that I love and I'm happy with, even while having to take lots of pictures, make lots of notes, harvest. And Rob and I spend a lot of time doing reviews every single night. I don't think I could, if he offered me like 3, 4 more beds, I'd probably say, who am I kidding? I'd probably say yes, but no, I don't really want that. I wouldn't. I think I really have reached my limit. I'm trying to learn when to say no, and I think I'm saying no right now. All right, back to tomatoes. Next one is a variety that is sold at Kids Seed Company down in North Carolina. This one, and I've only seen it there. This is called Chiang Mai Cherry. It's from Thailand. They say this Thai cherry tomato is super sweet and a prolific producer. It's often the first variety to ripen in our garden, and they produce all the way until the first frost of fall. The fruits are generally round and cherry-sized, although they occasionally produce clusters of pear-shaped fruits. And you can see that in these pictures. You can see the round ones on the left and the pear ones on the right. They say the parent seed of our Chiang Mai cherry came from the garden of a friend in northern Thailand near the city of Chiang Mai. Many years ago, before the kids came along, we spent almost a year traveling in Southeast Asia. They're always traveling, and they get some great varieties because of their travels. It's part of what makes them really special. We have Thai friends who live near Chiang Mai, and this delicious cherry tomato was growing in their garden. They got the original seeds from a Karen Hill tribe village near the border of Burma. And then there was actually a review on the website from somebody who purchased and grew it and said fast and good. I assume that person meant early and good. Anybody grown Chiang Mai cherry? I have the grow bags on my Christmas wish list. Not in my budget currently, but our back porch is hopefully going to be my spot for the dwarfs and micros. That would be nice. Hoping you get those. Chiang Mai cherry? Anyone? Anyone? All right, well, you can get those at Kids Seed Company. I think I have their website up here. Here they are. kidseedco.com. Really nice people, too. All right. Next one. Wait, what happened? Have a break for our trivia question. That's not where it's supposed to be. Okay, it's going to be a little bit later. That's all right. Just want to make sure we don't miss it. All right, next one is one I grew 3 seasons ago. It's called E.T. Really pretty tomato. Huge, beautiful bicolor tomatoes. Not talked about a whole lot. If you look at the information out there, it's funny, in the European countries, they're very puzzled by the E and the T, wondering if it's perhaps the breeder's initials. I saw E.T., I admit, and I thought of the little green alien from the movie E.T., but it may not translate in Europe to that. In fact, I think when I was on Cultive Taru looking at it earlier, their ET translated it in English to A-N-D, or something like that. So anyway, not a lot of information at all about this. I couldn't find any breeder or anything like that, or how long it's been around. I got my seeds a while ago, a couple of years ago, from Meraki Seeds, but grew it in 2024. Our notes were nice, mild, fruity tomato. The Brix was a 4.3. We gave it a 7 out of 10. And it was very productive, and they were all big fruits like this. Fruits are huge. Plant was prolific. Most fruits average over 1 pound, which is 450 grams. Very beautiful too. Excellent, sweet, juicy. It's an indeterminate, about 85 days. Anybody else grown E.T.? E.T. phone home. E.T. so pretty. Love that orange. It really was gorgeous. I grew this one and another one in the same bed that was very similar, Marzipan Gold, which I remember I had gotten seeds from France, from Tomate de Charme, that had a similar coloring also. Have seeds for E.T., but haven't tried it yet. Looks awesome. Was on my grow list this year, but it got bumped. E.T.'s my kind of tomato. I'm going this one. Claudia has seeds for Chiang Mai, but not yet grown it. E.T. phone home, says Linda. Yes. E.T.'s pretty. Love that orange. I know. I'm trying to think if I'm growing anything bicolor this year. I know there's something I'm working on that should be a bicolor, hopefully. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's actually bicolor. I've got an orange. I'm sure there is. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Rana says, has it. Got it on Etsy. Jess says, makes sense since E.T. is and in French. But yeah, I think of the alien too, especially with the dots. Beautiful tomato. Julie grew E.T. mild and fruity for sure. Yeah, that was my take on it. Looks good. Sometimes the bicolors have lots and lots of flavors, or lots and lots of flavor, more intense flavor. This one I wouldn't call intense flavor, but if you like fruity, it did have flavor. It wasn't watery. Um, it was a little more mild for my taste, but um, I know so many love the milder taste, like ananas or ananas noir, things like that. So this would be a good one. And again, these were nice, big, and productive fruits. So if that's what you like, put this on your list and put it in Seed Seeking Saturday. Next one, Livingston's Honor Bright. It's known as several different things. It's known as Honor Bright. It's also known as Lutescent. It's quite a story with this one. I'll start with the Victory Seeds write-up. I got my seeds from Revival Seeds in Canada, which is where all three of these pictures come from. This Livingston and Sons catalog on the left shows this tomato right on the front. St. Livingston's Honor Bright tomato, 1897, which is super cool. And then you can see there's lots of different colors, and I'll explain that in a minute. Victory says 90 days indeterminate. Honor Bright has some interesting, unique genetic traits. Its regular leaf foliage exhibits a yellowish, almost fluorescent green hue as it grows. Initially, you might think that the plants are sick or lacking some nutrient. That is not the case and can be attributed to a specific genetic trait. Another unusual trait is that the flowers are cream-colored and not yellow like typical tomato varieties. And finally, when it begins ripening its medium-sized fruit, the color change process is also an unusual show. Instead of quickly going from a typical immature green to a variety's mature color, Honor Bright slowly progresses through a very specific sequence, turning from green to white to yellow to orange to red. Sounds like a pepper, doesn't it? A very unique and interesting tomato. According to Alexander W. Livingston, Honor Bright was a peculiar bright red variety, that's in quotes, which first appeared in the form of a single sport plant in a large field of Livingston's stone tomato in 1894. After growing it for a few years for observation and to raise a seed crop, he released it to the public in 1897. The Seed Annual describes it as follows. It differs from every other tomato of which we have any knowledge, and for the past 30 years we have aimed to grow all varieties as soon as introduced to the public. It is most peculiar in its habit of ripening and in the firmness of its fruit. The habit of the plant is very much the same as of other varieties, except that the foliage and vines are of a peculiar greenish-yellow color. If picked in the middle stage of ripening, it is the longest keeper of any, hence a good one for long-distance shippers. We have kept them for 2 weeks after picking, and then they ripened in excellent flavor and color and for 4 weeks before decay set in. The past season we had 2 crops, one on rich, highly manured upland, the other on rich river bottomland, and not a single tomato was found with a skin crack, even after the exceedingly heavy rains of the past summer. And then they released it in their 1900 seed catalog. They say the distinctive features are its solidity, long-keeping qualities after being picked, and the remarkable changes of color the fruit undergoes during growth and ripening. Has anybody grown this? It sounds super interesting. Kelly says, I bought seeds from Revival as well, but didn't grow it this year on next year's grow list. It sounds super interesting, doesn't it? Sounds so cool. Very unique, says Linda. Oh, did Andrea grow it? I must have missed her comment. Oh, here it is. Andrea grew Honor Bright last year. So fascinating to watch it develop. Very cool. Yeah, how did it taste? Here's Evelina chiming in. There she is, our girl. Beautiful tomato with lots of fruit, but unfortunately it didn't have much flavor. Not super shocking to me, but good to know. Love the sounds of Honor Bright. I thought you were collecting Livingston's, Julia. I got seeds at a swap, but it got cut from this year's list. Well, I hope you took some from the seed packets that you just sent me. I hope you took from all of them. That sounds like great longevity. I know it does, doesn't it? I know many of us have grown long keepers. I think 2024 is when I started experiencing with long keepers. And while it doesn't seem to have the actual long keeper gene, it sounds interesting. I love the different colors. But if the taste isn't there, I'm not sure I'm interested. For me, basic red slicer taste, nothing to write home about. Good to know. But still a super cool variety, huh? Revival Seeds has some great varieties. Okay. And this next one, I think I got from them too. And I just started seeds for it today. I mentioned a little while ago that I'm starting some determinants that should have plenty of time to ripen by the end of the season. And this next one seems to mature in 46 days. It's called Kalinka. Anybody grown this? It's from Belarus. It's also known as Kalinka Malinka, or just Malinka. There's a site called Garden Fairy Botanicals that says the Kalinka tomato, hailing from Belarus, is renowned for its rapid ripening and abundant production. This heirloom cultivar yields medium-sized tomatoes with smooth, flawless red skins, making them ideal for early season preservation efforts. Characterized by determinate growth, these plants attain a fixed height and bear fruit concurrently, simplifying the harvest process. Notably, this variety matures swiftly, typically in less than 46 days. Not sure I'm expecting big flavor out of it, but I am curious. Especially beneficial for regions with shorter summers or cooler weather. It's common for the plant to produce clusters of 4 to 9 fruits. The determinate nature caters to those who prefer harvesting all their produce at once. And these tomatoes are also noted for their impressive shelf life post-harvest. They're valued for their rapid maturation, taste, and suitability for canning. They make them a great choice for gardeners working with limited space or specific climatic conditions. It was created through the stabilization of a cross between Savremenyi and Homestead 13 by the Belarusian Research Institute of Vegetable Gardening. It was introduced in 2009 Seed Savers Yearbook. Anything new there? Known for its prolific yield. Red round globes. Revival Seeds says, I guess was that all from Tatiana's? No, some Garden Fairy Botanicals. Excellent for canning, processing. Okay, and determinate. Anybody grown it? Leslie's growing it. Pretty's growing it. Where's Pretty? Pretty's growing it. Julia's growing it. Wow, I'm late to the party. I just stuck seeds in soil today, as a matter of fact. Hi, Natalia. Nice to see you. I'm late due to work, but still happy to get here. We're happy to have you. You can always watch back the replay. We're live, but we're also recorded. So for those of you that miss the early part of the show, you can always go back and watch. So is Kalinka a separate variety from Kalinka Malinka? No. If so, I didn't know about this one. No, it's apparently the same. Also called Kalinka Malinka or just Malinka. I kind of like the sounds of Kalinka Malinka. It's a little more fun. Kalinka Malinka. All right, you guys ready for our trivia question? I'm trying to think of where I heard this one. Sometimes I do search for things, but this one I think I was reading an article on tomatoes, of course. It didn't come from the book, I know that. I feel like it was maybe on audio that I heard it. Maybe it was a podcast or something. But so I'm really excited for this question. And I did not know the answer. So it might be a little tough, but we shall see. You ready? So the deal is, If you haven't played the trivia before, you don't win anything special, so let's just get that out of the way. It's just bragging rights. You'll get a question, you'll see the 4 answers. You put in a hashtag and then the letter of the answer you want to put in, and the fastest ones get put on the board. So here we go. How many genes does a tomato have? A. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't need a hashtag anymore. You can just put A, B, C, or D. My bad. How many genes does a tomato have? About 3,500. B, about 17,500. C, about 57,500. Or D, about 35,500. So just type in your answer. That should work. How many genes does a tomato have? I'll give you a couple minutes. I need some like Jeopardy music. Those don't work very well. No, that doesn't work at all. I need more sound effects here. Okay, getting lots and lots of answers. Seeing lots of correct ones. And again, I will say that I did not know the answer to this. I was quite surprised by it. All right, we ready to see the answer? It's D. Tomatoes have about 35,500 genes. That's more than a human being. What does a gene mean? I'm not exactly the best person to tell you, but genes are things like, will it be dwarf or not? Leaf type, taste, color. All of those are genes. Sometimes it's a single gene, like with leaf type, and sometimes it's a whole bunch of genes mixed together. But isn't that amazing? 35,500. Let's see who got it correct and was fastest. Melissa, Greg, Dancing Vita, Angway, that's not surprising. Green apples. Linda, can I expand this? Hang on, let me see if I can expand it a little more. We can see more people. Can't see who the last one was. It looks like maybe Kim. I don't know why I can't scroll. But anyway, congratulations, Melissa, Greg, Dancing Vita, Angway, Green Apples, and Linda, and whoever the K is down there. I'm sorry. Nice work. I was completely surprised when I heard that. I can't even remember where I heard it, but I was super surprised by that's a lot of different genes in a tomato and more than a human being, which is kind of crazy. It doesn't mean that human beings are less complex. It's just a lot of different factors in a tomato that I guess we're just like, slap, you're done. That was fun. That was fun. Melissa, did you guys like know? Or was it a good guess? I'm scrolling here to see how many people got it correct. This is cool. Yeah, I love doing the trivia. Was it a total guess? You guessed it very, very well. Congratulations. More than 15,000 over the human genome. Interesting, Angway. Did not know that. Plants in general have more genes than animals. They can duplicate them over time. That was fun. Congrats, everybody. All right, let's get back to some tomatoes. For those of you just tuning in, make sure you type in hashtag tomato. We've got about half an hour left of the show, probably. Give or take. It won't go beyond that. I have a couple more to show. But we've got 10 free t-shirts given away by our friends at Inspire Garden Life for in honor of Frances Lamont, celebrating her and her support of Tim and Darylyn, Inspire Garden Life, and just for being an inspiring and positive gardener. Her photos wearing these shirts always make me smile, and it's a good reminder for me of why we do this. And it's for fun. It's not for high drama. It's for the love of tomatoes. It's for tasting delicious tomatoes. It's for sharing our thoughts with others. It's for sharing seeds if we can. It's for the love of a tomato. It's not for any other high drama reason. At least it's not for me. And Frances embodies all of that. So thank you, Frances. And this is well deserved. I wasn't sure if you knew when I put it up. I had a feeling you didn't. So that's super cool. Okay, what's after Kalinka? All right, so Kim Wallace from Scotland is giving away 3 very interesting varieties in her prize today to, I think, 2 people. Yes, 2 people. And when she shared them with me, I hadn't talked about them before. I didn't really even know of them before. I think I had heard of one of them, but the other 2 I hadn't. So I thought I'll put them on the show. So here's the first one. It's called Derby Striped, bred by Dr. Lewis Darby from England. I want to expand the photo here because I want you to get an idea of just how beautiful those red, glossy with like orange stripes on it. Really super pretty. Bounty Hunter Seeds does sell it. Theirs is more of like an orange, so I don't know if it's the correct one or not. They do sell it. I didn't see theirs with stripes either, but you would have to double check with Lucas and see. This is thin-skinned with excellent flavor. You got me right away. Derby Striped is an early mid-season red-yellow striped tomato. Produces generous trusses of mid-sized round fruit. It was bred at the Glasshouse Crops Research Institute in Littlehampton, England, by Dr. Lewis Darby in the 1960s. It's an indeterminate saladette tomato, always grows well for me in South Wales, and not only does it have a really excellent flavor, but it also has a thin skin. I love thin skin. That's my jam. The thin skin makes it excellent for canning, as I find there's no need to peel the skins. Best grown under cover. And then that was from Wales Seed Hub, by the way, that information. Adaptive Seeds says fairly early, medium-sized 2 to 4 ounce red fruit with yellow tiger stripes. One of the best striped tomatoes with excellent flavor, vigorous growth, and high yields. Produces perfectly beautiful striped fruit for display on the tomato table at market or as a colorful addition to mixed quarts or flats. Anybody grown Derby Striped? Oh boy. In next week's question, how many t-shirts does a tomato have? How many Inspired Garden Life shirts do I have? It's almost as embarrassing as how many varieties of tomato seeds do I have? Yes, thank you to all the wonderful and generous donors. Yes, we do have wonderful, generous donors for sure. Hey, Leslie. Just got in from picking blackberries and blueberries, almost 40 pounds total. Didn't you get 40 pounds yesterday? I need to move by you. Taking a dinner break now. Hi, Gosia. A bit later today, but here we are. Greetings from Belgium. Make sure you type in hashtag tomato. Got 10 free t-shirts to give away. And seeds from Kim Wallace, from Olivia Lai, and Linda Wicker Downing. I like the sound of Derby Stripe. Me too. Me too. Oh, gosh, I see you already put in your hashtag tomato. Good, good. Okay. Next one that Kim is giving away is a brand new one. It's called Endurance. This is bred in England by Simon Crawford. He says it's a brand new open-pollinated, blight-resistant tomato for outdoor cultivation. The semi-determinate tomato provides a viable option for outdoor tomato growing, particularly in challenging climates, with a focus on disease resistance and earliness. Um, Kim says it's got good blight resistance, high vigor, earliness, high yield, good disease resistance, decent flavor reported by some users, no cracking, resistance to blossom end rot. And then I saw a listing on a place called Wolf Seeds, which I think is in Ireland. Say it's a hardy bush tomato that produces a good yield of red slicing salad tomatoes late into the season. Has a semi-determinate habit, can be grown as a classic bush type or stringed up as a climbing type. If you grow it as a bush, we recommend using a support cage to keep fruits off the ground. If you choose to string it up, we recommend removing some side shoots. They say additional information. It was developed by Simon and the Seed Co-op in the UK as a hardy open pollinated variety, carrying the PH2 and PH3 gene sequences known to offer strong protection against blight. However, the Seed Co-op could not finish the project. This was done instead by the Seed Sovereignty and the Gaia Foundation as a participatory breeding project in 2024-2025. That's cool. As members of the Seed Sovereignty Network, we were delighted to be part of the project, and it was interesting to see endurance thriving in participants' gardens in all corners of Ireland and the UK. In 2025, we picked the last tomatoes from our outdoor beds in November. Other members in Mayo and Donegal reported the same, and it really is a hardy variety. Stable, open pollinated. Sounds good. Anybody get a chance to be part of that project? Oh, that's a good idea, Jess. Maybe you should use your number of varieties of seed count as a future trivia answer. Yeah, it's a little embarrassing. It went from like a nice collection to embarrassing it over the years. But that I like that. I think that is a good trivia question. Nobody's grown endurance. I would have loved to be part of that project. So anyway, this is another one that Kim's giving away. She's giving away these three, and then the two I just talked about, and then the next one to two lucky viewers. So put in hashtag tomato. All right, and our final one from Kim. It's a cutie patootie. It's called Graham's Tom Thumb Cherry. This hails from Wales. Hails from Wales. Achille, I haven't sang it all. That's weird. I look back. Is there anything I could have sang to? Even E.T., I don't think I have a song. Turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light in the middle of a young boy's dream. I don't think he actually mentions E.T. in it, but I think it's from the movie. Neil Diamond. Who doesn't love Neil Diamond? All right, Graham's Tom Thumb Cherry. I don't have any songs for this. This is a bit of a Welsh heirloom variety grown in Cardiff for many decades. A vigorous vine tomato with exceptionally long double trusses of larger than average cherry tomatoes. Our original seed was where did this come from? I didn't write down the source, which is unusual for me. This may have, I think Kim sent me some info, so this may have come from, I think it did come from her. Our original seed was kindly provided by Adam Alexander, the seed detective. The seed detective, William Alexander. Adam Alexander, sorry. William Alexander wrote the 10 Tomatoes That Changed the World book. Graham's Tom Thumb is so named after the man who gave Adam the seeds, Graham Chedsey from Carthays, Cardiff, who was given seeds by a neighbor over 40 years ago. The neighbor had been growing them for the previous 40 years. Graham gave seeds to the then Prince of Wales, who, we're told, grows them at Highgrove. Thanks, Hanwei. I could have picked a better song, but had to come up with something on the fly. I was just thinking about the fact that you hadn't sung yet. Yeah, some weeks, like if it's a Bill Yoder, if I've got a Bill Yoder song, that's good. But nothing, like usually songs pop into my mind, and they just didn't today. And I have, well, the last one I might be able to come find a song with. The next one I definitely won't. Anybody grown Graham's Tom Thumb Cherry before? Hearing crickets chirping. That's a sound effect I really need is crickets chirping. I wonder if I can add sound effects. It doesn't look like I can. I bet I can. I'll find a way. Well, I can't really use the Jeopardy song because I'm sure I'll get dinged for copyright infringement on that, but crickets, I can add crickets. All right. Crickets are chirping for Graham's Tom Thumb Cherry. So again, Kim will be giving away Graham's Tom Thumb Cherry, Endurance, brand new, and Darby Striped. Thank you very much, Kim. And I will share before I do the giveaways, I'll share what the other two ladies are giving away. Next one is another one I grew last year that I have absolutely no song for. It's a creation from Lucas Wallman that he had sent me seeds for, Bag Saddle. This was a delicious tomato. I don't know why I have not reviewed it officially yet. It's not exactly stable yet, so that may be part of the reason why I haven't put it on my Instagram. I've also just been super, super busy, but this is one delicious tomato. And if you look at that refractometer there, it does say 10.2. It's a very sweet one. Our notes were very productive, plants delicious and uber sweet, a winner. They were regular leaf. Lucas says it's a cross of Brad's Atomic Grape and Sweet Aperitif. Produced long trusses with 20 fruits that were larger than cocktail tomatoes. Yellow-orange with red stripes. Very tasty, fruity, sweet, and crunchy. Wrote that it wasn't stable. Anybody grown? I did get permission to share seeds. Anybody growing this one this year? It was crunchy. It was sweet. I love the looks of that interior. Isn't that beautiful? Lucas is a talented guy. That's a tomato my life needs. What an attractive fruit. That looks delicious. Ooh, pretty. It really was. There's another one with bag said with a J at the end instead of an L. I have seeds. I didn't grow that one. Linda Wicker Downing's giving away some seeds from him today, but not these. Polar Goddess, which is an F5, so that's exciting. Nobody's growing it or grown it. Oh, Rowena, my bag saddle has babies. Yay! Yay! I really like long tomato trusses. Looks so nice and neat. I know it. There's one I'm growing, Alexander Chumis, or Alex from the Lucky Garden channel. He sent me seeds. He's creating an F1 hybrid with the intention of keeping it an F1 hybrid. I know what the crosses are. I'm not allowed to say what they are. He had sent seeds to me and then somebody else to grow, and these are long trusses of impressive looking cherry tomatoes. Nothing ripe yet, but I can't wait to review that. I did feature them. I think I did feature them on my garden tour yesterday. I know I have before, but he's just going to create them every year. He wants to keep it as an F1 hybrid, so that's exciting. I'm growing a lot of cherries this year. Bill Yoder has a bunch that I wanted to try. Things like Uma Mini. There were just a lot of cherries that I wanted to try. But this one, I forgot how good this one was until I went to feature it today. And I'm like, oh, I could have grown that again. That's all right. Hey, Jen's here. Hey, Jen. Hey everyone, I'm happy I'm getting to catch the end of the show to say hello. Hello, my beautiful friend Lauren. I love you. I love you right back. Good to see you, my friend. I know you have something going on this weekend. I wasn't sure if you were gone yet. All right. One last one, my friends. I have not grown it, but I do have seeds. Christina's Smile. Very little information out there. I could not find a breeder. Two Russian sites I found, one claiming this is from Latvia. Don't know if that's true or not. Both of these sites say it's mid-season, tall variety. Fruits are large, beautiful bicolors, weighing 400 to 600 grams, which is well over a pound for those of you that don't know metric. Sweet with fruity notes, a beautiful and productive variety. Sturdy bush. Anybody happen to grow this one? Wow, I need that. I know, right? It's gorgeous. Looks very good. Ooh, that looks pretty. It does look pretty. Been eyeing it on my spreadsheet for a while. Oh, is that what you're doing? I guess I forgot that. School and learning to administer local anesthesia. It's stressing me out. Oh, good luck. That's gorgeous, says Susan. I wouldn't want to be back in school. The song I was thinking of for this one is Sarah's Smile by Hall & Oates. Sarah, smile. But I don't know much more of the song other than the chorus. Sarah, smile. I love Hall & Oates. They're from Philly, which is like less than 2 hours from here. They actually went to Temple University, which is where my daughter Riley went. I love them. And there's a little stain on my love for them now because it turns out they're like in court and fighting and they hate each other now. They've got such great songs. Such a bummer. Julia says, I grew it last season, the worst season ever. Mine was none of those impressive things. LOL. They did look the same though, so it wasn't good, huh? This is good to know. I've had a couple cherry tomatoes, mostly ripen, and the little ones ate them. I got a small taste, but they were lackluster since they were not fully ripe. What a bummer. Yeah, I'm getting, well, you saw what I'm getting. I'm getting small things. Of course, a couple of cuckoos, or things that aren't true to type are ripening. I am having some little Napolis ripen. Found one on the deck today, which was obviously not from a groundhog, but from one of my chipmunk friends. If I don't pick at first blush, got to pick at first blush. And I saw one blushing earlier and I almost picked it and I was just too late. These little stinkers. They're little stinkers and they're so darn cute, but they're little stinkers. Love Hall & Oates too. I know, right? Because your kiss is on my list. Because your kiss, I can't resist. Because your kiss is on my list. There's so many good songs. I hate that they hate each other. Such a bummer. All right, that is it for tomatoes. Did everybody get their hashtag tomato in? So here's what we're giving away. Jen, I don't know if you caught this in the promo, but this is for Inspired Garden Life. This is a special giveaway they are doing today in honor of Frances Lamont. They're calling their Frances July giveaway. You can see Frances right in the middle there with her cutie patootie face wearing one of their shirts. They're giving away 10 free t-shirts. No gift cards, but 10 free t-shirts. And then Kim Wallace is giving away Darby Striped Endurance Graham's Tom Thumb Cherry to 2 people. Olivia Lai is giving away to 1 lucky person 10 varieties. Orange Russian Oxheart, Oaxacan Jewel, Nemo Variegated, Midnight Sun, Marcia Starfighter Beefsteak, Monkey Ass, Mushroom Basket, Mademoiselle Fourier, Lavender Lakes, and Zebra Easel. And Linda Wicker Downing is giving away to 3 people Dwarf Brown number 9, that's a good tomato. Lady Madonna, Coatli Salubong, Zuccarino Cherry, and Polar Goddess F5. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for donating. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Good crowd considering it's the summer. We've been hovering a little over 100 between the three places we're streaming. So thank you all for being here, and make sure last time to get in, you only need to do it once, hashtag tomato, and we'll start giving away. Oh, you know what? Let me make a banner for Kim. And I'm not sure I have one for Linda either, but I'll make another one just in case. All right, let's get to our giveaway tool. It's supposed to be a drum roll. It didn't sound like a drum roll. Let me reset our giveaway tool. Hopefully it works okay today. So we will do the seeds first, and then we'll give away the 10 t-shirts at the end. So the first one is from Olivia Lai. So if you guys win any of these ladies' generous gifts, please contact them directly. Where's Olivia's? Okay. Here's Olivia Lai. You can private message her. If you're on Facebook, that's best. That's obviously the way to private message if you're on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, you can email me. My email address should be on my YouTube channel, but if it's not, I'll scroll it at the end. So Olivia Lai is giving away first package, and that is going through. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. 2 weeks is a long time. This was fun. Ben. Congratulations, Ben. You can contact Olivia, and thank you, Olivia, again for your generosity. The next one is Kim Wallace for 2 people. Those 3 intriguing and interesting and new, one of them being a new variety that not easy to find. So you can private message Kim. It's KYM if you need to find her. First one goes to Linda. Congratulations, Linda. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to hit that again. Congratulations, Linda. Second one goes to Iris. Congratulations, Iris. Private message Kim. Thank you very much, Kim, for your generosity and for offering to give away prizes today. Appreciate it very much. And then third one, this is for 3 people. And these are coming from our friend Linda. You can private message her. And this, again, Dwarf Brown number 9, Lady Madonna, Coatli Salubong, Zuccarino Cherry, and Polar Goddess, F5. Number 1, Lady Madonna. Don't know the rest of the song on that one. Bailey, congratulations, Sue. Second one. Hopefully you guys found some tomatoes today that maybe you'll ask for in Seed Seeking Saturday. I always love seeing Sandy. Congratulations, Sandy. Hopefully that brightens your day, my friend. And number 3. Congratulations, everybody. And thank you again, Linda. All right. Now we've got 10 free t-shirts for Francis's July giveaway. Francis Lamont, adorable person, good person, inside and out. All right. For these t-shirts, you need to email Tim and Darylyn at Inspired Garden Life. It's support@inspiredgardenlife.com. And I will keep track of 10 because 10's a lot. And you can pick whatever shirt you want. They've got t-shirts, they've got tanks, they've got long sleeves, they've got v-necks, they've got all kinds of things. They've got stuff with our Tomato Lovers Collective logo on it. They've got several things with that, and then lots of other things too. So enjoy. It'll be hard. I bet. I I think if I were to win one, I wouldn't be able to just pick one. I'd probably add like 5 more, which I do. I had to have these. I just had to have these. All right. First one, number 1 t-shirt goes to Tony Harris. Congratulations, Tony Harris. Number 2 t-shirt. If you haven't had any of their shirts, you guys are in for a treat. They're so well made. And just knowing that we're supporting Iris. Where have you been, Iris? Am I going crazy? If you did, I have to pick another one. I really should have a better memory. All right, I'm going to say that you won, but if you already won something, somebody tell me in the comments and I'll draw again. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't remove people. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3. Oop. You did win. Thank you, Iris, for being honest. Not like you did. Next, INDSM. Congratulations. So that's number 2. I would go play the lottery if I were you, Iris. Number 3. So Thursdays, I spend the entire day getting ready for this show, which means I haven't been out since this morning. So you know where I'm going to be. Eva, congratulations, Eva. That's number 3. Number 4. I had started to say supporting people. Tim and Darylyn are just the nicest people you'll ever meet. Many of you have had a chance to speak with them or email or whatever. Claudia, congratulations, Claudia. Number 4. They actually came to our tomato tasting seed swap last year. They're hoping to come again this year, but they have something else going on that they may not be able to. They're looking to do this endeavor in their retirement, and they're just so adorable, and they're so in love, and they're so kind and generous. I love supporting them. All right, number 5, Larissa. Congratulations, Larissa. Number 6. So again, if you win, the email address you need to send to is support and inspire. Angela, congratulations, Angela. And for those of you that didn't win shirts and you want to order, don't forget TLC20. It's an all-the-time code that will get you 20% off of your order. Congratulations, June. We got 3 more. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. What is that from? Guys and Dolls? Luck if you've ever been a Gotta draw again. Ben already won. Sorry, Ben. You should play the lottery too. Luck be a lady tonight. Janet, congratulations, Janet. Number 9. Irene. Come on, Irene. All right, I'm getting some songs in here. And last one. Wow, 10 shirts. That's incredibly generous. Tim and Darylyn, if you're watching, as always, thank you for your forever generosity. You guys just amaze me. And again, let's honor the girl of July, their July special. Where is it here? Francis July giveaway. Thank you, Francis, for being you and for being a good example for all of us to enjoy gardening and to smile and just, like I said, enjoy it. It's supposed to be fun, right? And just your smiling face makes me smile. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Oh, let me put my email address up for those of you that may have won something and you're not on Facebook. Here's my email address, which I check on occasion. All right, so I will see you guys next week. Again, there's no Tomato Talk Live this month. We will be back in August, bigger and better than ever. And then, of course, don't forget, again, I'll say it again, we have coming up West Coast Tomato Tasting and Seed Swap run by Malachite Jen and Jamie Hill, August 9th in Lodi, California. If you need more information on that, you can email me or contact either one of them, of course. And then on East Coast, and anybody willing to travel, Friday, August 28th. Have some time yet, but still get your hotels. Apparently there's, I think, a car show in town that weekend, according to John Kramer, so people may want to get their hotels if they're traveling again. We had a lot of fun last year. I'm cutting up tomatoes. People, Sherman and Sungoon and a couple others are like, I'm cutting up tomatoes to taste. People are scraping the seeds onto paper plates so they could save the seeds. This is the sickness, the beautiful, glorious sickness that we have as tomato heads. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next week. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend and wishing you all, despite the whatever weather challenges you're dealing with, pests like me, trees falling down, whatever. Hope that you're having fun and you can come and vent to us any time. We understand that sometimes it's just a really crappy season, but it's supposed to be fun in the end. So wishing you all that. See you next time. Peace, love, get your gratitude on, and go grow tomatoes. Bye, everybody.